Hello, today we will be discussing a collision resolution method, chaining. In the recap, I just want to go through the previous video slide where we have mentioned that the working of a hash table and how the entries are made element by element. We first enter this key value, 3 flyers, then we enter another one, and but as more keys are added, eventually there will be a collision. This is the link to the video, the previous video. So, what is the hash collision? It is said to occur when two objects x and y hash to the same value, hx equal to hy. We should try to make uniform hash functions so that the table is filled uniformly and that hashing to the same location is avoided. However, collisions may still occur, and these can be resolved using chaining and open addressing. So chaining, it deals with the hash collision by maintaining a data structure, usually a linked list, but could be others, to hold all the different values which have hashed to the same location. And open addressing, this we will refer to in the next video. We'll explain in another video. But what is it? It deals with the hash collision by finding another place within the hash table for the object to go. So by creating an offset, okay, it is in the same table, it is not using another data structure like separate chain. So how does this chaining work? An auxiliary data structure is used to hold all the values. Usually a linked list is used, but also often trees, self-balancing trees, arrays, or a hybrid approach can be taken. So we have this, we are given a scenario, the key value pair and the hash which it is coming to. So we see here that there are two places of collision. C61 is hashing to 2 as also K31. F25 is hashing to 1 as also J26. So what is the structure of the table after a chaining? It would be something like this. Each position in the array is a linked list data structure. So here we are having 6 locations here. This just as an example. So there is no value stored here. So it is pointing to null, we could say. And 1 is pointing to 2 and so on. This is just a sample of how your chained, after using chaining, the data structure would look like. Now we again go through this example. So resulting hash table by separate chain. Okay, so we have all these values. To insert an element, append it to the list at the hashed index location. So we are having these, the heads are all there pointing to null. Think of a linked list. The linked list with a null linked list is there at every location. So to insert an element, append it to the list at the hashed index location. So here, first the A, this value, this goes to the location 3 because that is the hash value. We are entering the values in the order as in the table. So next is P18, which is hashing to 4. So it is put in here. So they are all being appended to the list. Then we have C61, this one. So till now no collision. So separately, similarly, even in the next entry there is no collision. F25 goes to location 1. But now we have another value, key value pair hashing to the same location. So it goes in here with this list. So look at this chained structure here. F25 goes in and then J26 is appended to it. Finally, the last one, because here again there was a collision at location 2. So it is appended here. Now, when we say this needs to be, the protocol has to be decided as to whether you append it at the end of the list or you prepend it, right? Like add it at the head. So that when we go on for implementation, those decisions need to be made. So this was for insertion, search and delete. To search, you search the list at the hashed index location. So if somebody asks you to search for the key C, then you would go to the hash location 2, go to 2 and look for C. That means a traversal along the list. And to delete an element, you delete it from the list at the hashed index location. So this is how the hash table becomes to accommodate collisions by separate chaining. So these were our entries. There were two collisions and they have been put in here. Suppose we had another entry coming in here, say of I and some value here 40, which is hashing to 3. Then we will go to 3 and append it here because that's how we are doing. So I 40 would go in here and so on, so forth. So I hope the concept of chaining is clear to you. Thank you. Thanks for watching.